Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Work. There you go.
Forward.
Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Work. There you go.
Forward.
Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Work. There you go.
Forward.
Hard work. Hard work. Hard work.
Fall in. Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good with y'all this morning? Y'all know what it is. It's your favorite vets on the net. Myself, Trey. It's your boy Trey. My man Bishop. And we got a special.
WGO, what's going on? I'm just gonna say this. WGO, what's going on? It's Tuesday, but let me just say this one phrase because somebody brought it to my attention. What'll make you laugh will make you cry on this Tuesday. But first, before we get into all that, let's
what it is. Yeah.
Let's first, send prayers out to DeMar Hamlin. For those that don't know, which everybody should know because it's all over the sports world right now. Last night, DeMar Hamlin suffered a cardiac arrest on the field in the Bengals and Bills game in the first quarter with 9 minutes left. It was a freak accident. I would not show it. If you missed it, you missed it. But my heart and prayers go out to his family. He is currently on they did get a pulse. They did do CPR on him on the field. They did get a pulse back. However, he is not breathing on his own. He is in critical condition. So I ask everyone to pray for this young man. He's 24 years old, 2 years in the league, came from the University of Pittsburgh. He's only been in the league 2 years. He definitely gives back to the community. Excuse me. It was just not long ago, he did a toy drive for young kids. It was his third toy drive and things of that nature. He's a good young man, and my heart and prayers go out to his family because I know that is something hard to take. His mom was in the stands. They said she came down and rode with him in the ambulance to the medical facility there in Cincinnati. Still no word on what his condition is currently, but just keep him in your prayers, y'all. DeMar Hamlin.
So one of the reasons why we see Demetrius gets his camera set. One of the reasons. What's up, D? I had to sit up and take it off for the stick. I was like, I'm starting to get dizzy. I was like, I don't know what he got going on over there.
I didn't know what. I was trying to figure all this out first time.
So Bishop, this is my man Demetrius Malvo, a legend, so to speak, in the Lake Charles area, Washington Marion basketball. Also the creator of the basketball info in Lake Charles, which kind of keeps you up to date on what goes on as far as the basketball scene. So I met Demetrius while running the Lake Charles Imperial. But interesting enough, what I did is, in a second, I want to let you introduce and give you talk about yourself for a second, Demetrius. So what was the reason why I was like, asked Demetrius to fall in with us this morning was in reference to the DeMar Hamlin situation. And there's going to be a lot of stuff in what you're going to unpackage great shortly. Of course, Demetrius can talk sports as well. So that is, but that particular thing in which he has a different perspective, almost maybe I think similar to what I feel, which isn't, maybe everyone doesn't feel that perspective. But of course, in any case, Demetrius, let the high speeds know, saying who you are and what's going on so we can get to this right quick.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name's Demetrius Malvo from Lake Charles. I'm actually in town now, but I actually live in New Orleans right now for the past couple of years. And just try to help kids, chase their dreams on this basketball thing and try to be honest with them as far as try to get recruited and what they need to do to try to get recruited. And, stuff on that nature and just not lie to the kids, But I definitely got a different, kind of take on the Skip Bayless thing. Put it that way. People want to kill Skip for what he said and what he tweeted, but I didn't take it as what everybody else taking it though.
So, and I know exactly what you're talking about. Demetrius. I seen it. And you right. Everybody came for Skip Bayless's head, and he came back and he you know he clarified exactly what he meant by it. He was just basically saying that if they didn't stop the game from it, if they continued on with that game, that would be horrible as a organization to continue to play a game in which is not that important when it comes to someone's life. But the choice of words in which he used to state that was a lot of people felt it wasn't heartfelt, and he probably used the wrong choice of words. Everybody know how Skip Bayless is. Everybody know him and Shannon Sharp go at it head to head all the time. And a lot of people don't like Skip Bayless because a lot of times he's very upfront. He doesn't he pretty much doesn't hold his tongue about anything if he chooses not to. But he did come on later, very not long after, maybe 15 minutes later, and kind of corrected what he meant. Not saying that he didn't care. What's up, Commissioner Myers? Good morning, Anthony. But it's hard. A lot of people, something like that is hard to swallow. If you saw it, I saw the actual hit. I saw it, and it didn't even look that bad, to be honest. It didn't look like I've seen way worse. When old boy got hit when we was talking about the other trade in regards to the targeting. Like, that was way worse of a hit than Hamlin took. The other hit the other day, another dude took during the college game was way worse than the hit that Hamlin took. But again, there are things that we call freak accidents. Excuse me. And they happen. We thought it was okay. He stood up, and then all of a sudden he collapsed. And you just to be on the field and be able to see that and witness that. Of course, we all saw his heart. Basically, skip the beat, as my wife said. That's what causes that. When you get hit so hard, it forces your heart to kind of like skip a beat, and that's how you go into cardiac arrest. So, and just so you know, my wife is a registered nurse. So that those things happen. It's a freak accident, man. It's freaky.
I ask y'all this, right? Let me play anti-advocate to this.
Mm-hmm.
Would there have been, and look, Demetrius are gonna be like, don't you say that, but that's a big game, right? Hear me out, right? You know what I'm saying? Hear me out. It's probably not going to be the most. I'm just, like I said, let me play anti-advocate to the conversation like this.
Okay.
Would Skip have been wrong? Just like it was an ESPN, like I can see Demetrius post. I gotta pull his name up real quick. Who maybe they can say it in the nicest of ways, but he said basically that who was it? Leonardo Pagnotti Jr. basically stated that why does the game have to stop? Is there a problem with that?
Yes,
I'm not talking about from a social standpoint, because from a social and maybe even a moral standpoint, it might be a problem with that. But is there an issue? Is he wrong for saying something, or would someone be wrong for saying something in that nature?
Absolutely, because the thing is, I think what people are saying, like everybody all the sports analysts are saying, when people get hit like that, or they go down and the stretcher comes out, things of that nature, you look for the thumbs up. Once they put you on the stretcher, you look for the thumbs up. If Hamlin would have gave a thumbs up once he got on that stretcher, that game would have probably went on, and they probably would have finished that game. And mind you, they didn't even call the game. They just paused the game for a minute. They paused it for a minute. Then they all went to the locker room. They allowed everybody to go to the locker room. Then the coaches reconvened again with the officials. Then they postponed the game. So they didn't postpone the game until about an hour later after the incident. So it was still in. So a lot of people feel some type of way. Is like, why did it take so long for you to postpone the game? Being like I just stated, most people, including fans, coaches, players, they look for that thumbs up. They look for that thumbs up from that player. When you don't see that, that raises huge concern, because that means that player is either unconscious and can't put his thumbs up, or is paralyzed and possibly can't put his thumbs up as well. So therefore, when you have that type of situation, there's no need for a game. There no
Okay,
at that point
Demetrius.
the game is no longer important. We have a life that is at stake, and therefore we must pay more attention or care more about the life than the game. Go ahead, Demetrius. I know you was about to say something. It is about money, Anthony. I totally agree. Go ahead, Demetrius. I'm sorry.
You muted, Demetrius.
You on mute. You on mute. You on mute.
You can't hear me?
Now
Yeah,
we
I hear
can.
you
Now we can.
Okay. My thing is, when I was watching the game and when I saw the guy was down, I was like, I know it ain't number 3 because I saw him standing up, after the play. I didn't see him drop down afterwards. So I was trying to figure, like, man, what really happened to him? But in an instance, I feel like an instance like that, if anybody, because I was sure that while all this was going on, I was wondering how they gonna play this, how they gonna continue playing this game when it's at the end of the season. The playoffs is you gonna push the playoffs back?
It's a big game.
You got all these people in the stands that paid for a ticket. How you gonna deal with them again? As far as giving them whatever back, or you have to take care of them somehow. So I was just wondering all these other things myself. So when people jumped on Skip, I'm like, if people were thinking like this, are we all in the same boat with Skip then? We just didn't tweet it or anything. Skip,
that part.
I look at it as
Skip said what everyone was thinking.
I look at it as Skip doing his job, which is to answer questions for us and try to put questions out there that we want to, know and everything else. And, especially when I saw at the end when he said about it was irrelevant. So, the game to him was irrelevant as far as compared to Hamlin. So I never felt like he felt the game should be played and it was bigger than the guy himself and everything. But with Skip, everything he says is going to be magnified times 20, especially with the Shannon fiasco the other day. Everybody want to look at, Skip. I'm like, these people just killing Skip. When I don't think he felt that at all. I know I didn't feel that way as far as just play the game and the guy. But I was wondering what would the NFL do? It's just I felt that was a common thing. And his job, everybody looked at him. He was just kind of putting it out there, like how are they gonna do that? But when he said this is irrelevant, then for me that meant everything. As far as this is not bigger than this is bigger than the game. But how people are, so they don't.
So the rhetoric.
I at least wanted him today. At least today, he'll be able to open his mouth and explain himself. At least people could at least wait till he finished.
So this is the thing, right? At 9:21, Skip Bayless, this is what he's tweeted, which looks like he removed the tweet because I'm on the Twitter and I don't see the tweet. But initially, this is what Skip Bayless said. Quote, no doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. I personally don't see anything in which he said, because his final statement with his final sentence says, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. So he had concern of Hamlin.
Right.
He did. He had concern of Hamlin. So I don't know why people dump down Skip.
So okay, to run that back.
Mm-hmm.
If the business, the NFL, decided to go on, would they have been wrong? Being that it's not saying so, because the NFL, if they continue to run the game, does that mean that they have lack concern of what Hamlin is or whatever is going on? Is that what they're saying?
Absolutely. If the NFL would have kept going with that game, like Commissioner Myers said, Commissioner Myers says right here, this is what he said: athletes are already treated like property, slave-like. But the worst thing, all the players were bottom line afraid it could happen to them. That's you got to keep in mind. Again, when it's all said and done, it was a freak accident. When you look at that, it was not something that you would normally be like, oh, it wasn't even a wild hit. Nobody was like, oh, it wasn't no wild hit. It was a freak accident and something happened. If the NFL would have kept going with that game, that would have been detrimental to the league and the commissioner and everyone. And I don't know how you could continue a game when you clearly see, we couldn't see it. I don't think the viewers on TV could see it, but the players could see that they were doing CPR on this man on the field. So we're talking about a man who's possibly about to die right here on the turf. How could you possibly continue a game like that after seeing a man having CPR performed on him? That's almost virtually impossible. I know I wouldn't want to play because my mind would not be in the game. You would not only will my mind not be in the game, but I would be afraid for myself because I just seen what happened. I just seen what happened. If I'm a receiver, if I'm a DB, if I'm a quarterback, if I'm anybody, that could have been me. That could have, Trey, you know, as I know, we've seen hits worse than that in flag football. We've seen some collisions that you'd be like, oh my God, bro, are we playing full contact or are we playing flag? Like, I don't get it. Then Skip Bayless did come back and say nothing is more important than that young man's health. That was the point of my last tweet. I'm sorry if that was misunderstood, but his health is all that matters. Again, everything else is irrelevant. I prayed for him and will continue to.
Right. And I have a question, guys. It's been a while, and I don't remember clearly. But when Hank Gathers went down on that floor, what happened right after that?
The game continued.
I'm trying to remember.
The game continued.
Did it?
Yeah.
The game continued. And this man, you see, we see what happened. I remember, but I just didn't remember the game.
When he went down.
Right down the floor.
Yeah, I remember when he went down.
Same thing. Reggie Lewis, same thing. Same thing happened. And so, believe me, I'm not saying. I just feel like personally, my personal opinion is not of our show or the E2G network. But my personal opinion is that sometimes, you know what I'm saying, these are things that happen, right? Is you should be cognizant of how you get your point across when talking about it. And you know what I'm saying, it's the way my man said it, he was kind of, it seemed like he had no remorse and it was just about the business.
Who you talking about, Skip?
No, not Skip. Not Skip.
The
other dude. I think what's his name? Sergio? Leonardo.
Leon guys, whoever. I'm like, why is nobody speaking about him when he was talking about you got to play the game because he got a parlay going?
Oh, I missed that. No. Like, hold on, what happened? What?
Yeah, that was my thing. I'm all last night I was watching this guy tweets and everything, and I'm like, people on Skip, but I don't see nobody talking about this guy. That's why I posted what he said. I'm like, but nobody's saying nothing about him, but y'all keep jumping on Skip. You know, this guy clearly says, you read the post, what his words are right there. You know, he got a parlay going.
He worried about a parlay. That's some people that's just some people who have no heart, man. They so worried about the money. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure there's some other people out there who could say, man, play the game. I got money on this game, so forth and so on. You know, from the fantasy footballs to Vegas, the over and under. You know, there's people who are concerned about that. But if you have a true heart and you care about people, you screw all that other stuff. All that other stuff is irrelevant. Because that young man who's only 24 years old, who's only been in the league 2 years, that man's life is at stake. All that other stuff is irrelevant.
His career may be over. And
it may be.
But his career, yeah. I mean, you got to look at, hold on, that happened to you. I don't know if you need to get back on that field ever again.
And it's crazy, Demetrius, you say that because my wife said she spread something about he had a history of somebody's history that Mike Tomlin didn't pick him up for the Pittsburgh Steelers because of his history, his health, of his history. Mike Tomlin, if I'm not mistaken, my wife said Mike Tomlin said he wasn't going to pick him up for his team, and he said if it was my son, it wouldn't even be a conversation about him playing full contact football. But I have not heard anybody say anything. I'm sorry, Demetrius. I have not heard anybody say. I haven't heard anybody say anything about his health history. So I need to find out if there's any truth behind it. Does he have a history of heart conditions and things of that nature? But I haven't heard anything. And I would have thought by now, because of what has happened, that would have been something that had come up. But I haven't heard anything. But my wife did say she read something about that. But go ahead, Demetrius.
One thing we know is he played at University of Pittsburgh, so Mike Tomlin would know. He would know everything about that kid.
Exactly.
You know, and they do their homework and they do their due diligence, and they put you through a ringer when they looking to try to draft you. You got to go through a whole lot. And if he ain't touching him and he said that, then there's probably some other guys out there that have some of these type of issues and problems. It's just something never happened out there.
Absolutely.
And so, what about on the other side of the spectrum, the situation with Kayvon Thibodeau and the unfortunate thing that happened with, Bishop? We spoke about it, seen it briefly when we was talking about when we was on Saturday, that brief second 40 minutes on Sunday, where Thibodeau basically celebrated on the side of what seemed to be in convulsioning Nick Foles after the hit in which Thibodeau sacked Nick Foles. Nick Foles landed on the ball while Thibodeau landed with all his weight on top of him, in which it was the sight of it looked very suspect. And Thibodeau, while this is going on, but looked like I said, Nick Foles convulsioning or erratically moving from the injury, Thibodeau's on the side of him doing snow angels until he realized that, oh wait, something's going wrong. But he didn't realize that until he got it up. So at this point, he'd already did his celebration, and it looked suspect. So
with that, right, I'm gonna say this.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that is going to force the officials to stop celebrations again. That something like that is going to force officials to stop celebrations. Now, not taking nothing from Thibodeau, because all defensive linemen, when you get a sack on the quarterback, each defensive linebacker has some type of antics that they do. Unfortunately, Thibodeau, his happened to be while he was laying on the field, so he couldn't see what was going on with Nick Foles. Is that his fault? No, because he didn't know. I'm sure if he'd have saw it, he probably wouldn't have did nothing of the sort. However, sometimes things just happen and you're excited and you're in the moment, you find yourself doing things like that, not knowing that you possibly could have hurt someone very bad. But to me, I look at it as though I see the officials trying to find a way to, or saying this is why we initially stopped celebrations. You know what I'm saying? This is why, because of things like this.
I think Trayvon said one word that kind of clears everything up. He said when Thibodeau realized. See, he was doing all that first. Then when he realized, he shut it down. So he didn't have it. He didn't know he was hurt. He wasn't trying to clown and being hurt. He was just celebrating, doing a good deed. A lot of times you just see a guy down and hey, he might be up in a quick second or whatever, but then.
So, and then of course, additionally, Coach Jeff Saturday seen it as well, and he took it as Thibodeau was being intentional in what he was doing. But in all that,
I didn't
of
see
course,
Trey. Did you feel like he was? I can't say because I didn't see him.
He wasn't intentional. It wasn't intentional. Like you said, he seen it. He was doing it on the side. It was a fresh sack. It just looks suspect because while he's over there doing snow angels or what looked like a snow angel, like Nick Foles over there is like going like this, and you wonder like, oh snap, with like what's going on, and you just see all you see is Nick Foles going like this, and you see Thibodeau going like this, and then he gets up. So Nick Foles Jeff Saturday took offense to that.
Right.
But additionally, Jeff Saturday said he even took more offense to the fact that his lineman didn't even go over there to help his quarterback. Like, y'all didn't cease and desist the situation. Like, what was going on? Like, this is your man laying out.
What Jeff Saturday wanted his offensive lineman to attack Thibodeau? Or did he want him to assist?
But yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Wake him up, like, fam, what are you doing? Like, bro.
Oh, okay.
Like,
to make him aware of what was going on.
Yeah, he's like, everyone doing nothing.
That they in shock because I'm gonna go off of what happened to Hamlin last night. When he stood up, he fell down. When he fell down, one of the Cincinnati Bengals, you clearly see him look back. He went over to him. Yeah, he looked back and he was kind of like paused to kind of see what was going. And I'm gonna put it like this: most time when you see like stuff like that, you're in shock. especially if you see somebody convulsing or something like that on the field, you're in shock because you don't expect that. You're not looking for that to happen on the field. So sometimes it catch you in a pause because you're like, is this really happening right now? So you can't really, Jeff Saturday really can't fault his offensive line. Keep in mind, y'all, these are young men. Most of these young men are barely 30, if that. Some of them even younger than that, barely 30. So you got to keep in mind they still have somewhat of a young mindset, and they're not used to seeing stuff like that. We as older, we okay, something's definitely wrong. Let's go over here and assist and let's do something. Everybody else, I mean, people that are young and stuff like that, not saying they dumb or anything like that. I'm just saying some certain things like that takes you by surprise, and you find yourself kind of like freeze mode. Oh, what do I do? And then you kind of gotta regather yourself and find a way. Okay, now something is wrong with this dude. We need to, because what was it? Who was it? The other day, somebody else got hit. Who was? Oh, one of our linemen, I think, got hit. And as soon as the way he got hit from behind, or he got rolled on from behind, and he bent back. Of course, the lineman, 300 plus pounds, for him to get bent backwards like that, you know that's bad. Soon as his other lineman seen him get bent back, he was already like this, waving to the sideline. Before
he
hit the
when
ground.
He says when he says one of our linemen, he's talking about his current
Philadelphia Eagles,
formerly
Okay.
number one seeded Philadelphia
I'm
Eagles.
a
That's what he's
Cowboys
talking
guy,
about.
so I rock with the Cowboys. So.
You was good with me, Demetrius, till you said that, man. Yeah,
we know what happened the other day, so you know.
We won't know. We gonna know what's gonna happen at the end of the season, though. Let's see that.
But I am a Jalen Hurts fan. I hope he get his money in and everything works.
That's what's up.
Man. I really do.
That was the Cowboy Center. That's right. You might be right.
Louisiana boy Devontae over there, so you know.
Yeah.
I
He
root
is
for Louisiana guys, even Thibodeau, Louisiana.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? With that being said, of course, that game was due to be postponed. The NFL has not yet came up with when, if the game will be played, possibly. So of course that's going to be maybe or may not be detrimental to that, as that was a game that could have potentially set up Cincinnati to be to clinch.
Right.
Or Buffalo, you know what I'm saying? So there was some implications, because those implications further and that what's going to go on for the season, as there's a couple of both the conferences have one game remaining on the wild card front, in which that game would have had implications on that. So of course it's going to be seen. It has yet to be heard. Stop it, Steve, stop it, Bishop. You know what? I told y'all. Y'all take care. Y'all take care of New York. That's all y'all. That's what y'all need to worry about.
We will.
New York.
Don't act like you weren't scared yesterday about them 49ers when the Raiders was.
I wasn't.
I was
Trey pissed, I wasn't.
Trey is so full of it.
I was like, how the hell do you miss that field goal? What are
Trey
you
is
thinking?
so full of it,
It's
man. Trey is so full of it. He was shaking in his boots because he was about to cry on that one too. The Raiders. Boy, stop it.
I'm asking y'all a question. Have y'all talked about those boys with that Lake Charles blood for them Texans, them defensive backs yet?
Who's that?
Stingley and Petrie.
Oh, Stingley. Yeah, that's right, Stingley. But he in Houston. I mean,
both of them and Petrie. Both of them got that Lake Charles blood in them.
Yeah.
But Stingley, unfortunately, is in Houston. It's going to take a while for that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't, but a lot of people don't know, because I graduated with his uncle. His whole family went to Washington Marion. And Petrie people, they went to LaGrange and LCB.
Okay.
Petrie showing out over there at Texas, number 5, the safety.
Yeah, he is. He balling.
It's unfortunate where he come back. I mean, it's unfortunate now. I think Houston is going to be one of those teams that's probably going to take them a little bit, but they probably going to get there. They maybe need another quarterback. I don't know, Davis Mills or
no, they do. They definitely need another quarterback.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let me see. So of course, like you said, we wasn't on yesterday, but we were, you know what I'm saying. But of course, NFL games still went on. We didn't get a chance to talk about, because it was the game. We didn't have to talk anything. Well, matter of fact, let's talk about this, right? Y'all all here. Demetrius, you here? Did you or did you not watch the Philadelphia and New Orleans game?
I didn't.
Okay. God dang it.
Good.
I wanted this
Trey
guy,
about to stop. Trey about to talk nonsense, bro.
He tried it, right?
This
He
dude,
tried
yeah,
it.
he talking nonsense. Don't listen to you. I'm glad you didn't see it there, Demetrius, because he tried with
it.
this nonsense,
I
bro.
just want to make sure, and he has yet to say it, even though I think he knows it, that last interception, the pick six in which Gardner Minshew threw, was not necessarily his fault. The great All-Pro, Pro Bowl cornerback receiver AJ Brown did not run his route.
That is not true.
Marshawn Lattimore stayed in the play, made it, and got in front of him and beat it. So that wasn't necessarily, that was not, in my opinion, that was not on Gardner Minshew. But in any case, I'm glad for the win. Who that say they're gonna beat them Saints? It was not them Eagles, though, I would say. So yet we go again. Saquon Barkley, you are on the clock. Let's go.
Yeah, I ain't heard that name really in a while.
Oh, we probably gonna hear plenty of it come this week, Demetrius. We're gonna hear plenty of it all day long, all day. You know that little commercial, that little clip with that little kid that be doing his brother, and he's like, all day, with the little curly hair and the basketball, little tight basketball. That's what we'll see Saquon all day.
I just got a problem with people from Penn State because of their uniforms. Those uniforms, man. God, it's hard, man. It's hard.
Of course, like I was about to say, San Francisco took care of business. It was a hard game.
Took care of business. I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Y'all barely won.
We didn't take care of business.
Y'all went into overtime with the Raiders.
Okay.
The Raiders.
Y'all lost to the Saints
with our backup.
We ain't on the backup. We just happen to have a backup that got an 8-game winning streak.
Our backup.
We on the third string. Third string.
We losing with a backup. If we're
winning with a third string. What's the excuse?
We got to remember,
y'all playing the Raiders.
Get a check.
True that.
So anything can happen.
We sitting here talking about it on Tuesday morning. Yeah. But in any case, you know what I'm saying? It does that. So, but I say take care of business because it was, like you said, Bishop, I was hot. I was sitting over here. If you see my post, I was like, how, bro?
I did see that post.
That's no different.
What did you say something about we better not lose? Something like
we better not lose. Hell no. It's like, how, bro? Like you just like this is you seen Christian McCaffrey, what he did on his, and then you go down and they set you up, and then I'm like, and then what blew my mind is when we got the interception, the first play, y'all was like, nah, we just want to go for it. No, this man just missed the field goal, a 35-yard field goal. Y'all gonna set up for a 22-yard? Nah, fam. We gonna go ahead and run these 3 plays, and then if you will be the last this effort to get this game. But in case it worked out, they get the win.
They did.
What was it? The score 37-34. Those stats, of course. Brock Purdy 22 for 35, 284 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Christian McCaffrey 19 carries for 121 yards and a touchdown.
Had him in my fantasy. Yes, sir.
Brandon Ayuk 9 receptions, 101 yards, 1 touchdown, and we ain't even got Debo. Debo even there. That was the top stats. Jared Stidham 22 for 34 in his first start, 365 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Josh Jacobs, monster, 17 carries, 69 yards, 1 touchdown. And, of course, Devontae Adams, 7 receptions, 153 yards with 2 touchdowns for him, in which they put up over 500 points, 500 yards combined with the San Francisco 49ers, who usually don't do that. San Francisco has not allowed anyone to score on them within the 2 minutes all year, in which the Raiders become that first team to do that. But, in any case, San Francisco gets the W. That basically, with the loss to Minnesota, who we ain't seeing no one particularly this morning. I ain't seen him yet, Bishop. He ain't pulled up.
I told you he wasn't gonna pull up. 41-17, bro. You know he wasn't pulling up after all that noise he laughing and going on yesterday.
Lockdown procedures in effect. My goodness,
Justin Jefferson had. Can we hear the stats? What did Justin Jefferson have? What?
Oh, hold on. Let me see. Let me go pull
what
it up.
Did he have?
He was like, Justin who? Stop playing with me, Jair said. Justin Jefferson, what was Justin Jefferson's numbers? Justin Jefferson, what was his numbers at? Justin.
I get you for it. Hold on, I get it for you. Hold on. If you can't get it, I get it. Hold on. Where is it at?
1 reception, 15 yards.
Boy. Was he in the game? EA Sports. He wasn't in the game. I know Eric Small. Look, somebody they looking for him. Eric, where you at?
Yeah, Eric just said hit him up. Where you at?
Any
Eric?
other time, yeah.
Zach, you wait. Zach, you too. Zach, where you at? Zach on the mission.
Where's Styles? Where's Styles at? Yeah, where all them Minnesota fans at? Yeah.
Demetrius, I know he's an LSU alumnus. That might be a little touchy subject for you.
I knew I should have picked Green Bay. Because I knew they was playing at Lambeau. I knew it. I knew I should have picked Green Bay. It is what it is, though.
And frustration set in. All that frustration. He done sit up and swung the helmet at the referee. Like everything was going on for Justin.
Yeah,
Kirk Cousins, 18 for 31, 205 yards, 1 touchdown, 3
How you like that, Kirk? How you like that?
Nick Mullins, 4 for 57 yards and a touchdown. Alexander Madison, 8 carries for 38 yards. Kirk Cousins, 3 for 37. Dalvin Cook, 9 carries for 27 yards. It just was Green Bay just did their thing.
It was horrible for them. 9 carries, 27. Ooh, boy.
And now Green Bay has put them in position to where basically it's a win or go home. They're in position now. And all they got to do is win. They control their destiny. No matter what anyone else does, they control their destiny. That bad man.
Kid showed up again, showed his face. I said
it. With one receiver, 1 running back, 2 running backs technically, and a defense.
Mama, there go that man again. I tried to told y'all. I said I don't know why I went with Minnesota. I knew they was not finna beat Green Bay at home. I knew that, and I took a chance anyway. That was
another game that had implications. Carolina Panthers and Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tampa Bay did they work, bro. I told you, man. That's time to go Brady, bro. I told you, GOAT, bro. They in the playoffs. I made the playoffs. You said they weren't gonna make the playoffs. I told you, yes, they are. Long as Tom Brady is the quarterback. Yes, they are. I said at the beginning of the season, it did look shaky toward the middle when they was losing some games, but as you see, they made the playoffs. Oh yes, he did. Oh yes, Eric, he sure did. AP, he sure did. He sure did. We can erase his name off the list though. Now, go ahead and get the eraser. Because he's
Carolina Panthers and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So Carolina, Sam Darnold, 23 for 37, 341 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Dante Foreman, 13 carries for 35 yards. DJ Moore, 6 receptions, 172 yards, and a touchdown. 3 receptions, 33 yards, and 1 reception from Tommy Trimble. And of course, Shi Smith was 4 receptions, 70 yards, and a touchdown. But of course, it wasn't enough. Just as Tampa Bay edged them out with a shellacking of a game from Mike Evans. Tom Brady's 34 for 45, 432 yards, 3 touchdowns, all 3 to Mike Evans, who went 10 for 207 with them 3 touchdowns. Leonard Fournette, 10 carries for 28 yards. What can you say? Tom continues to. I'm not gonna say amaze. I really did think he was shut down for the year. I thought this is going to be the year that he's going to be like, you know what? I just ain't got it no more. I don't think he's going to come close to sniffing the Super Bowl, but I mean, what can you say? What can you say? Do you see Tom as the GOAT, Demetrius? Is that turn?
Personally, I mean, like I said, I like Tom. I wouldn't call him the GOAT
Oh,
because I give Belichick a lot of credit
oh,
for that
okay.
New England, that whole New England thing.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, if I just had to pick a quarterback, I mean, I'm taking Peyton before I take Tom.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, when I watched Peyton, Peyton was the coach on the field. Peyton was calling the
Mm.
plays. He doing everything on the field. Like I said, Tom was sticking to the script that Bill had for him. And like I said, no disrespect to him because he great at what he did. He did it and
Yes.
everything else. But it's tough to like I said, Peyton from the jump. Peyton was like a coach on the field. He directing, he doing everything, he changing everything. I'm just more of a Peyton Manning guy.
Mm.
Personally, I feel there's a better quarterback, but and I don't want to take nothing away from Dungy by saying anything like that. But I just feel like Belichick is almost like it's like Saban is at Alabama. You have a lot of great players, but you better say Saban name first. And Belichick better say
So
his
it,
name first. Just like Saban. They talk about all this. He didn't make it this year. And look at that recruiting class he put together.
yeah,
I think he might have
retooling.
11 guys that might be number one in their position that signed with him in the country.
So
So
with
yeah.
with that being said, and which you bring up a good point, and which I had never really thought about that. But now, when you look at it, Tom has gone on, and he won a Super Bowl after the fact. Of course, that was under Bruce Arians, who wasn't a bad coach himself. And additionally, Belichick hasn't been back or seen or anything, but they have been. Both of them have been in the playoffs. It's just Tom has got Super Bowl ring. So, do you think that basically it was a situation potentially where it was both of them that kind of did that? Tom became great.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
yeah, I definitely want to give Thomas credit. I don't want to take nothing away
okay,
from him, at all. I don't want to diminish anything that he's done or anything to that fact. I just felt like, Belichick was a guy that everything, he had to check off everything before you could do it over there at the Patriots.
okay.
I feel like Peyton is a guy they say, okay, you go ahead and do what you need to do. We'll worry about everything else. Peyton, who was the offensive coordinator? I don't know. Peyton was always called the offensive coordinator and everything else.
Hmm.
So to me, it just seemed like he had more responsibility
So,
than
Price,
Tom had. It just
after
seems
he,
that way.
after he Price was asking you a question,
And
would you take Manning over Breeze as well?
oh yeah, yeah. I'm taking Manning over Breeze. Yeah. What people are? There go that Saints, them Saints fans. There they go.
So,
Drew Brees good, but I mean, he not Peyton Manning. I don't think
mm,
that's just my
oh
opinion.
yeah, so yeah, yeah. I mean, true that, true that.
Yeah.
Uh, Bill, Bill went to the playoffs with Mac. Yeah, that's why I'm saying they both been to the
But
playoffs.
I like taking shots at Saints fans every now and then anyway. So I just like having a little fun with them.
So let me
Yeah.
see you talk that. So we know now. Uh-huh. So now what we have currently in the NFL, you have basically, like I said, two spots that's basically remaining uh in state where Green Bay, they win, they're in. But however, quote unquote in the NFC, you do still have a possibility for Seattle if Green Bay was to lose, for Seattle and Detroit to possibly get in. As Green Bay plays Detroit, Seattle, oh no, I forgot who. Seattle, I think Green Bay, Lions play Seattle and Green. So it's a possibility for either one of them to get in if Green Bay tends to loses. Of course, on the opposite side of the spectrum in the AFC, you have a situation where we have um, Miami, Pittsburgh, and Tennessee that are still fighting. In Tennessee, basically they play against Jacksonville. If they beat whoever wins that game, becomes the division champion, and the other team kind of like falls to the wayside and definitely needs a ton of help from anyone else. Miami, if they can beat New York, the Jets in which they play, they have a opportunity to get in. But however, they need help as well. So we're going to get a chance to see it all when it comes out. Additionally, also New England, honestly, we was just talking about New England has an opportunity to get into the playoffs as well, being if they win their game. But all of them need help. Cornelius, what is Cornelius saying? He's better. That's what he said. And he's a Cowboy fan, Cornelius. He's one of yours. So he's a Cowboy fan, but he just says Manny. He thinks Manny overall was better. So it was like you said last week of the season, of regular season. 2 games on Saturday, 14 games on Sunday. By the end of Sunday, of course, we'll see what it is and what it has. Of course, the game has been flexed to prime time. Is the Green Bay game, as they will be playing in prime time, and so that might not be a bad game, although other games will be in play. Who was this? What he said? If I knew what they was doing. 18 games open. Flexing every game. I mean, they got to flex. You don't want to see certain people don't want to see certain games, so they do it. Like it's a business. It's always a business in any case. So
I think people need to apologize to their cornerback for the Packers too.
Oh, was Zaire Alexander?
Apologize to their cornerback for the Packers. Jefferson 1 catch, 15 yards.
Yeah, Zaire Alexander. He said it was a fluke. He told him, he's like, that was a fluke game. Yeah, and he came and backed up every inch and every aspect of what he was saying. Lockdown procedures. Eric, I see you ain't showed up yet. Please feel free to pop on. We're going to transition a little bit. Please feel free to pop in, Eric, and state your case and kind of defend your team. Don't let them punch it too much. So, Demetrius, more so into where you are mostly more wholly a lot more adept in the NBA. Last night, what did you think of the performance by Donovan Spider Mitchell? Eric, hold on, D. Whoa, Eric, you pulled up. What's going on, fam? You feel us talking about you? What happened, Eric? You know what? Just you ain't gotta say nothing, Eric. We seen what happened. We understand. Y'all still got a chance. And we'll come back but yeah, Demetrius, Donovan Mitchell, 71 points. What was 11 rebounds, 8 assists, or 11 assists, 8 rebounds, 1 and 2.
That dude is he playing out his mind right now. I mean, he was lost up there in Utah. You know, ain't nobody really too much paying attention to Utah, but I didn't expect this from the guy. not what he's doing this year. And, you know, I'm a Brad Beal guy because, you know, I've been knowing Brad since he was 3 years old when he was my neighbor in St. Louis. So that's just a loyalty type thing. But Donovan Mitchell, man, he's going off. He's definitely going off. And yeah, I love it though. I love it. I love to see these guys go out there and put in that work. And it's just like I look at the Heat coach Eric Spoelstra, and I think back when he was on my team at the Nike All-American camp. I would have never expected him to be a NBA coach, but also at the time I didn't, you know, with playing with him, I probably didn't feel he might have, you know, probably been made it to the NBA camp. But when I found out who his dad was, you know, working with the Portland Trail Blazers organization, and that's when I started, you know, you start understanding how a lot of this stuff is set up for later on. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's good. Like I said, coach, yeah, good time.
So of course, in that game, the Chicago Bulls faced off against the Cleveland Cavaliers, in which 71 did not go in vain. Cleveland Cavaliers get the W, winning 141-134. Of course, the stat lines, as we know, Donovan Mitchell, 71 points, 8 rebounds, 11 assists, 21 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists from Jared Allen, 12 points, 17 rebounds, and 2 assists from Kevin Love, 19 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists from C.D. Osman. Karis LeVert contributed with 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. The Bulls tried what they can. DeMar DeRozan, 44 points, 3 rebounds, and 11 assists. Over 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 20 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists from Nikola Vucevic, 26.6 rebounds, 6 assists from Jack Levine, 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists from Ayo Omansu. So even in that, with them contribute 44, 20, and 26, it wasn't enough for them to eclipse that. Chicago falls to 16 and 21 on the year. Cleveland improves to 24 and 14. Bishop, was you impressed? Was you not entertained with the 71?
What? The first person to drop more points or that many points since Kobe hit 81 on the Raptors, bruh. He just surpassed what Luka did with his 60.
Stop playing! Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Stop
Don't
it,
I dare
bro.
what? Don't I what?
Bruh.
Wait 1 moment. What? Don't I dare what? Don't I dare what?
So what we're not going to do, we're not going to disrespect Luka, nor in this case, Jokic by the 71-point effort. Like, I understand, I get it. He's one of 11. Like, I look at it right here. Only 10 people have scored 71 points or better. And now Donovan Mitchell was one of them 10. The other ones, of course, it was done 7 times by Wilt Chamberlain. Then you have Kobe. David Robinson, Donovan Mitchell, Elgin Baylor, and David Thompson.
Okay.
Didn't Luka do something that's never been done before ever in the NBA though?
He's done a couple of things this year.
That's what I'm talking about, the 60 points and 20 rebounds and all of that.
And then the next day come back with a 13, 13, and 13.
See, but what y'all fail to realize is, I got you. But this is my thing, Demetrius. This is because this is your realm, basketball.
Yeah.
You're talking Luka and you're talking Donovan. Luka is what, 6'9"?
No.
How tall is Luka?
Might be 6'5", 6'6", maybe.
No.
6'9"?
Yeah, no, Luka is not no 6'5", bro. He's at least 6'9".
No, he ain't 6'9". I don't think he's 6'9".
What?
He is. Luka's stats are he is 6'7".
6'7". Okay, Donovan. Okay, 6'7". Donovan Mitchell is what?
6'5".
6'5", 6'4". Yeah, that's 6'4".
6'4". Now you mean to tell me?
Thinking.
Donovan Mitchell is 6'1". Thank you. He's 6'1".
6'1". You're right.
I'm looking at it. He's 6'1".
6'1".
That's what I was doing. I was looking.
He about as tall as you are. Yep.
6'1" compared to 6'7", dropping 70 points. I'm sorry, 71 points. You don't mean to tell me you can't compare? You can't even compare the two.
You can't. That's not comparable, bro.
What? 6'7".
He did a great thing. But
great ain't even a word. Trey, you just said it, but 10 people in NBA history done.
No, correction. It's only been done 10 times in NBA history. He's one of 7 that's done.
Okay, done 10 times in NBA history. Out of 10 times it's been done, how many of them 6'1"? I'll wait. Okay. I'll wait. Thank you very much. That is a huge feat for a 6'1" guard, bro. Kobe did it with 81 points, and he's 6'5". Come on, bro.
I'm just saying. What I'm saying is,
bro.
If we throw a variable, if we're gonna do all of that, how many do you have in regulation?
55.
What's that to say though?
I mean, he had to get a lot of people didn't even have no overtime when they scored them points.
Did Luka hit his 60 in regulation, or he hit him in overtime?
No, I'm talking about the general, all these other points. I wouldn't just talk speaking on Luka, but I'm saying a lot of these guys didn't even play overtime when we scoring these points.
But I'm asking, did Luka score his 60 in overtime?
Game, and he's not 6 feet. AI.
Exactly.
Sure he had a 60 somewhere in there.
Yeah, he did. But Luka got his 60 or his 60 and 20 in overtime too, correct?
Yeah, but he got his in a dramatic fashion.
But so all I'm saying, all I'm saying is,
boy,
I don't think Donovan Mitchell. I don't think Donovan Mitchell should be mentioned. I mean, like Demetrius said, Donovan is playing out of his mind, right? He done made that move. He's playing out of his mind right now. But even with him playing out of his mind, I don't think he deserves at this point to be mentioned in the same breath as Luka, Jokic.
Why not? Give me
That's
okay.
one.
Listen, Trey, I hear what you're saying, but tell me why not? Give me a legitimate reason why.
Trey, I gotta throw him in there this year, Trey. I gotta, at least for this year, I gotta throw him in that mix with the guys.
Thank you, Demetrius.
I have to
Thank
this year. This year, I have to.
You just said he balling out of control. How you can't?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what he said. He is balling out of control, but does he like the consistent? Like LeBron, even LeBron, if that's the case, LeBron should be putting that as well.
No.
Why not?
No. His team ain't got a winning record for one.
Why his team got to have a winning record for him?
That makes a difference. But all these other people we're talking about, they got winning records. The Lakers don't. You can't put him in the conversation. He got a losing record. No. Come on, Demetrius, help me out, bro.
I agree. Look, LeBron, like I said, he's a fixture. But these guys, like I said, these guys here, man. I mean, Donovan Mitchell, I feel definitely should be, mentioned at least this year, on a year-by-year basis with Luka, Jokic. Jokic probably can win MVP almost every year.
Yeah, look,
freak.
I didn't even realize the Joker is killing the game right now. This dude is consistent. He's a triple-double monster. 30-point triple-double monster.
Man, those guys, he and Luka can't jump over a sheet of paper, outrun a bullfrog. Look at what they do on the court. Those guys, they know how to play. They know how to play the game of basketball.
It's unfortunate. I hate to say it. It's the international players, man. Sabonis is a monster.
Right.
Pascal Siakam.
Luka smokes cigarettes and drink beer. He don't look like no model or anything,
Right.
Luka, hey.
I mean, I can't believe you tried to throw LeBron in there, Trey.
Well, boy, you know I play that game of basketball, though.
No, you don't. Don't do that. No, don't.
LeBron James.
There is no way you can throw him in this.
Last night, the Los Angeles Lakers
finally got to win
against the Charlotte Hornets, in which LA pulled off the feat of getting a win, winning 121-115, sending the Charlotte Hornets to 10-28. The Lakers improved to 16-21. LeBron James 43 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists, coupled by 18 points, 15 rebounds, and 2 assists from Thomas Bryant. 15 points, 1 rebound, and 5 assists from Dennis Schroeder. 15 points.
He's been having one heck of a week, that's for sure.
He's been balling. He just had a back-to-back 40-point games.
You're not answering my question.
And he's 38.
What's the Hornets' record, sir?
They're 10-28.
10-28, bro. If you lose to them, you're wrong. You should beat the Hornets.
Just like Demetrius said, they're getting a check. Is not the NBA, not the Hornets, or not the Hornets, a national basketball professional.
Oh, here we go.
Professional basketball players.
Here we go.
I'm just saying.
Here we go.
Of course, the leading scorer from the Hornets was Terry Rozier, 27 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 24.7 rebounds, 6 assists from LaMelo Ball, 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists from PJ Washington. And that they didn't just lay down. LeBron didn't. It wasn't like other people was scoring. Give them stop playing with that man.
They won by 6 points to the Hornets by 6
in 5 games and 500 points, and LeBron would be the sole owner of the all-time NBA leading scorer.
PJ,
he still need to go. He still won't be the GOAT.
Got some people in Lake Charles also. PJ Washington.
Oh, PJ Washington becoming hard.
Yeah, you got people in Lake Charles. Yeah.
He still won't be the GOAT.
No
matter what.
Melo gonna get out of there too.
He still won't be the GOAT. I don't care what he all NBA whatever. He still won't be the GOAT, no matter what.
There you go with that. So another game last night.
LeBron definitely the GOAT on longevity, though. I'll give him that much.
Yeah, there you go, Demetrius. I give you that. I will give you that.
Him that. I mean,
I give you that.
He really took care of his body and take care of his body and all of that stuff. So
you know what? It's funny that Demetrius say that, right? So I seen where I didn't agree with this. Where Darvin Ham said he's going to continue to ride LeBron because he's taking care of his body, yada yada yada, all that type of stuff. That's where at that point I was like, Darvin got to go. Because, you know what I'm saying, this really, like, Demetrius, I see you snickering. Like, bro, what? Like, you going to ride LeBron? Why ain't you developing the rest of the squad? Like, you going to ride LeBron?
He's going to ride LeBron because LeBron basically run that organization. That's why he's going to ride him. LeBron said you going to ride me. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to still be there coaching.
But LeBron ain't the first one. But LeBron ain't the first one to do that, though. The Kobe was to take care of his body.
Make sure LeBron got on the Lakers jersey when he passed the career for that championship. I mean, for not championship, I'll take that back, for that scoring record and everything. They're gonna want him in that Lakers jersey, and you know they're gonna do. I mean, he earned the right to get a lot of this. I mean, but they don't have a great squad though. I mean, Anthony Davis stay hurt. I mean, they got a bunch of young guys, some pieces, but you know, hey,
LA LeBron.
I tell you, balling the Brooklyn Nets is balling.
That part, bro. You just speak on it. 12-game winning streak. Demetrius, I knew I liked you, man. Tell him about it. 12-game winning streak, baby. Man. Let him know.
Jacques Vaughn, man. KD tried
to tell him know.
They got to get rid of Nash.
Let him know.
Did y'all see Kyrie put the putback last night, the dunk?
Let them know. They see Demetrius. What I need.
Kyrie caught it off the rim,
bro. What I need you to understand, this dude right here, man. This dude named Trey right here, man. I tried to tell him when them three boys got on that court together, they was gonna be a force to be reckoned with. He didn't want to hear me. Nah, they ain't finna do. I tried to tell Trey when them boys get on. Well, last year was a debacle. I said when all three of them on the court, and they settle all these differences and all this drama and all that. These boys are going to be a force to be reckoned. They blew out the Spurs by 36. 36. I'm not saying the Spurs is something, but I'm just saying, bro. These boys are ridiculous. I tried to tell you, Trey. I tried to tell you.
Kevin Durant, 25 for 11 with 3 rebounds. 25 and 11 assists, 3 rebounds. Kyrie, 27 points, 8 rebounds. But no assists. 18 points, 1 rebound for TJ Warren. Damn, TJ Warren back, and that's a problem. Seth Curry, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Ben Simmons, 4 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. Do you really think Ben Simmons has a play in that as well?
He got 9 assists.
Okay.
That's 9 assists we need. That's why Kyrie didn't have none, because Ben had them all. But Kyrie and
just like you said to me, y'all played the Spurs.
I said that myself already. I already said that. I said that myself. I said even though we just only played the Spurs, we beat them, but we beat them like we were supposed to beat them. 36 points, bro. We didn't beat them by 3 points like y'all did.
Y'all got. We beat them by 36. Do you or do you not have your quote unquote big three?
Who fault is that?
I'm just saying we don't have Anthony Davis.
When y'all had Anthony Davis, was y'all winning?
Right?
When y'all
we started winning. Just like Demetrius just said, when Anthony, it was a point to where LA was clicking. They were behind the Golden State Warriors when Golden State was winning. LA was winning.
So you trying to use my line when I said when we have our three back, when we have our big three, we good. Now you.
But that's what it is. Like we have found, it seemed like they sent Russell Westbrook to the bench, and now they was finding a niche to where it was like LeBron and AD and Russell was coming off the bench.
Hold on. What you won't do? Hold on. Don't y'all have wait a minute. Don't y'all have what's his name? Y'all got a big three with Davis on the floor. With Davis out off the floor. Hold on. Don't y'all got what's his name? Patrick Beverly. Y'all got Patrick Beverly. Hold on.
I almost said something to you just now.
Hold on. What you won't do? Hold on. So who's our big three? Our big three is who? Simmons, KD, and Kyrie, right?
Yes.
Right? Okay, so you mean to tell me y'all can't be considered Patrick Beverly, LeBron James, and Russell Westbrook? Why Davis? Are you freaking sick? So you mean to tell me Patrick Beverly and Ben Simmons don't equal the same pretty much?
No, they do not.
Demetrius.
Ben Simmons is a 6'10" power forward, point guard.
I don't care.
Center.
It don't matter. He don't put no points up. He don't put no points up. Demetrius, I'm asking you, Demetrius. He don't put no. Simmons don't put no points up.
You are trying to create a narrative.
Ben has definitely been a disappointment, for a number one pick. I mean, I when I saw Ben and even met him at LSU and saw him because when I had Josh up there and everything, and when I saw Ben Simmons and I saw the talent that he had, but it's like I tell kids in high school, if you can't score in high school, what makes you think you're gonna go to a bigger arena and more people and bigger, faster athletes to be able to score on the next level?
That part.
Ben ain't trying to score. It's something mental. It's something mental. He ain't even trying to look at the basket half the time. So my thing now is if you can just get him to where he getting boards and facilitating, then you better get the most you can out of him. That's just but I'm not giving him the ball and telling him go give me a bucket at all.
Thank you. Whereas Patrick Beverly, you are.
You're not.
I'm not telling him to get a bucket.
Patrick Beverly just dropped 18 in the win.
Defense.
He got 18 points for you. 18.
That's a fluke. Defense is what we need.
Wow. Patrick Beverly is like he's one of the players. Every team got to have the Pelicans got what's a guy named Alvarado or something.
Alvarado.
You got to have one guy that's hype, get the team going, the fans.
Right. He's a hype man. Got you.
You better make sure you get practice early and don't show up late though. If you mess around and get cut. So
Patrick Beverly and Ben Simmons is not comparable in no way.
Yes, he dropped 10 the other night. He's still getting you double digits. Patrick Beverly's still getting you double digits. He dropped 10 the other night.
But Pat, but he's even when he don't score, sometimes he's effective though. Patrick still affects the
that's
game.
the only way you can compare it.
My question to you, Mr. Demetrius, can Patrick Beverly be considered a big three with Davis out, just like the Nets had a big three with Simmons, Kyrie, and KD?
That's like trying to say
no big three. Nah, I can't.
Yeah, that's like trying to say there's a big three. That's like you trying to say Kyrie, KD, and Seth Curry are a big three with Simmons out.
No,
I can't. I can't do.
No,
you must
that
really
ain't
like Pat Beverly, huh?
No, I don't. No, I'm not a Beverly fan. I'm a Nets fan, big Kyrie fan, KD fan, huge fan of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Nets fan.
I'd rather have Austin Reeves than
Stop it.
Ben Simmons. Than him.
Did Patrick Beverly?
Yes, Austin Reeves is no joke.
Stop it.
He's going to continue to develop.
He had 0 points against the Heat.
I understand.
20 minutes and he had 0 points. 0 points with 20 minutes. 20 minutes, 0 points. Do you rather have him?
Yeah, that's one game.
0 points? You rather have him?
That's one game.
Oh,
we talking about the rookie that dropped a 30-point triple-double in his last game of the season last year.
A triple-double can come to somebody on a whim.
I get that. But again, we're talking about the rookie that dropped a 30-point triple-double last year.
One time.
All you got to do is continue to develop.
One time. But he couldn't score 2 points against the Heat. He couldn't score 2 points against the Heat. But you talk about a triple, but he couldn't score 2 points against the Heat. Come on, man.
It happens. Y'all got Patty Mills. What?
It don't happen to people. We got
Patty Mills. You don't be doing that?
Yeah, he ain't dropping zeros. He ain't dropping zeros.
We talked about that all last year. Patty Mills played 15 minutes.
I don't like him anyway. I don't like him anyway. I want to get rid of Patty Mills anyway. I don't like him. He need to go anyway. I don't like that dude. Next game. Who else played last night?
Golden State. Klay Thompson, 54 points.
Ooh, Klay. Is he back? Is the Splash Brother back? Is he back, yo?
Man, my thing is, what's going on in Golden State? It seems like they got people just gonna score. Period. Jordan Poole
It's the truth. I tried to tell Trey last year about that, Demetrius. He didn't believe in Jordan Poole. He Jordan Poole ain't that dude. I tried to tell Trey last year when Jordan Poole said Jordan Poole that dude.
Just underpaid him. He got minutes before and he underpaid.
Trey said, no, Jordan Poole ain't that dude. He ain't that dude. He ain't all. Jordan Poole is that dude. I'm trying to tell you.
Poole go get it, man.
I told you. Trey didn't want to listen.
I would still rather have Clay than Jordan. I'm just saying. So it's something interesting, right?
Well, I don't know about today because I mean Jordan young, so I probably
that part. Tell him, Demetrius, and that ain't even fair, bro. Yeah. You ain't giving Jordan like we looking at Trey's back history on how he's played. That's why you say that. Give Jordan Poole some time. I'm telling you, he's gonna be right in the conversation with Clay. I'm telling you.
So one thing,
man, putting up 40s and damn it 50s and all.
So this is basically what Draymond said. He said to Clay, which in my opinion makes so much sense. He said instead of chasing and trying to force yourself to be the Clay, the old Clay, play your game, and you will be the old Clay. You will be the Clay from old anyway. And he said that's basically what he's doing, and it's falling right into his lap. And it's like, so it makes so much sense. Like we chase after that or whatever case like that. And it's like you chase, and you try so hard to be that person. And your skill is there. Like Demetrius, he done got, so he got older, but I'm very sure if he sit up and got in with a league of 35 and olders, he gonna get buckets. It's not gonna be a problem. So you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things, the situations where Clay, that's what Clay has to do. And especially now that while Steph is still on the men, and I think it's going to end up becoming effective, of course, in that game versus the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks leading scorer,
he is
30 points.
He's a walking
7
bucket.
rebounds, 14 assists from Trae Young, 25 points, 13 rebounds and assists from John Collins, 25 points, 10 rebounds and 7 assists for DeJounte Murray. Angwaru, 16 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist, 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists from DeAndre Hunter, and 21 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists from Bogdan Bogdanovic. Wasn't enough. As we said, Klay Thompson, 54 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 28 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists from backcourt mate John Poole, 14 points, 20 rebounds, 4 assists from Kevin Looney. Devontae DiVincenzo, 8 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. Draymond Green, 5 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists. Anthony Lamb, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists on the night. Golden State gets the win 41-40 in overtime.
My question is Clay back, bro? Is Clay back? That's my question, bro. Is Clay back, bro?
He looked. I think it's a little early to say, but he feels like he's back, as they say. He feels back. He said it's been a long time coming. What'd you think of that game last night, Demetrius?
I didn't check it out, to be honest with you. I didn't check it out at all. I saw this morning where Clay dropped to 54, but none of that stuff kind of surprised me with that team. You know, any given night, one of them guys easily go for 40, 50, 60 points.
And that's without Steph and without
they plug guys in. One guy out, like I said, Steph be out. I don't even be knowing he be out. Poole up there dropping 30 or 40, and they just keep going. You know,
that's their sixth win. That's their 6th home win. Basically, you have 6 home wins. Kind of trying to erase that. They're currently, what's their standings actually? They're currently, because I know they were 10th. They have made it 10th, but I know currently LA is 2 seeds, is 2 games behind Utah, who is the current 10th seed in the West. So Golden State is currently the 9th seed. Okay, so Golden State's the 9th seed at 20 and 18.
They played the Hawks.
4.5 games out of first place. The West is hard. The West is hard right now.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
It's a little bit off, but why does it seem like Trey for the Hawks, people don't really like him? His team don't really like him. It just seems like he's not really likable for some reason.
It could be they feel like we gave up Luka for you. No, but I don't.
Because him and the coach don't really get along. Him and Nate.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because they had that situation where Trey said he wanted to go to see the physical therapist doing the shoot around, and because he was going to play and all that stuff. So I think it's just a situation where Trey he's the star of the team, and he doesn't really get star of the team treatment when you look around the league and stuff like that. But I mean, he hasn't completely made.
Right.
I think he's at that point.
Yeah, you putting up like some empty numbers, really.
Yeah.
You know,
and you got DeJounte Murray, you got John Collins, you got Horter. I mean, not Horter. You got DeAndre Hunter. You got pieces around you, and yet where are they at in the West? East. Atlanta is the 9th seed in the East. So I think and then when you look at it coming from when they was just a couple of seasons ago, they was in the top. They were a top seed in the NBA. Or when they when they lost to was it Philly in their series? I can't remember who it was. So I don't know. That's a good question though. Why they look at him, or does he not get the respect in which that he probably should be getting? What was this right here? When is Wiggins coming back? I'm not sure. I think he's out indefinitely. Anthony Price, Wiggins is out indefinitely. Cornelius says Trae Young is the worst superstar shooter ever. He said he's the worst superstar shooter ever. I was looking at something right quick. Demetrius, can you hear me? You hear me, Demetrius? Let's see. Let me go on to the last couple of others. Who else we had last night? That was the Warriors, Hawks. The Heat and the Clippers. The Clippers faced off yesterday. Clippers fall to the Heat 110-100. Miami improving to 2018 on the year. The Clippers 21-18 with the loss. Leading scorer 31 points from Bam Adebayo with 13 rebounds and 1 assist to go along. 23.7 rebounds and 3 assists from Tyler Hero. Jimmy Butler 9 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 15 points from Victor Oladipo, 13 points from Max Strus, 8 rebounds and 2 assists to go along. For the Clippers, 25 points from Paul George, but he did go out late early in the fourth quarter with what is a hamstring injury, which left the team without a top scorer. 14 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist from Marcus Morris Sr. Terrence Mann, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 10.7 rebounds, and no assists from Ezekiel Zubac, 9 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 assists from Reggie Jackson, 11 points from Luke Kennard, John Wall, 7 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. As the Clippers dropped the game to Miami. Unfortunate situation. As you know, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George continue to go back and forth in and out the lineup. It's funny how when you look at all these teams, for the most part, that had all these rosters concocted, and we was like, oh, this is going to be a killer roster. Now you look at the difference of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Demetrius? I can hear you. So with the continued construction of these teams, I guess we'll start to see which ones actually come to fruition. When we see Boston and how they were created and built over the course of the season, to start to see like, okay, this is the team. Of course, that is still the rhetoric to a degree, where we see the Boston Celtics and how their team is constructed. Additionally, the Lakers, the Celtics. I mean, not the Celtics, the Lakers, the Nets. Who else had a team that was constructed? As I go through, Golden State. Clippers need to move on. What are you saying? Move on from who, Anthony? That's the other one. The Timberwolves. That was another team that has a construction of a team of what is presumably to be a team that's coming up. When they had a game last night, the Timberwolves took on the Denver Nuggets. Can you hear me, Demetrius? I can hear you. I can hear you. Let me see. As they say, the Minnesota Timberwolves get the win 124-111, improves to 17-21 on the year. The Denver Nuggets still be in the East. I mean the West, 24-13. For the Nuggets, they had 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 9 assists from Nikola Jokic. 14 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists from Jamal Murray. 18.6 rebounds and 2 assists from Nashawn Highland. 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists from Kentavious Caldwell Pope. 12.6 rebounds, 6 assists from Aaron Gordon, and 18 points, 2 rebounds from Michael Porter Jr. For the Timberwolves, of course, their game, the Anthony Edwards, 29 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists for the in their winning efforts. 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists from Jaden McDaniels. Kyle Anderson, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. 17 points from Jalen Noel. Rudy Gobert, 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. 8 points apiece from Austin Rivers and Nathan Knight. 8 rebounds for Knight and 1 for Rivers. And lastly, Luka Garza, 9.6 rebounds and 14 minutes to play. The Nuggets, like you said, drop another one. They did, however, just beat the Boston Celtics on Monday night or Sunday or Monday night, in which there was a controversy because there was a situation with the rim. The rim was bent. It took 30 minutes to get everything back in order, which additionally, when they came back out, what from Jaylen Brown's perspective, that the rim was still bent or was lopsided, wasn't level, and they basically had tried to do everything to keep warm and to go on 30 minutes running up and down the court. And there was some problems with that. In that case, the Boston Celtics end up losing that game after the Nuggets went on a run. So things happen, but they come back this week, later on in the week, and lose to the Minnesota Timberwolves 124-111. Any other games we've seen? The Spurs. We talked about the Spurs. Additional one, Luka. We were just talking about Luka earlier. He had his game, which the Mavericks faced off against the Houston Rockets. The Rockets leading scorer, 25 points from Kevin Porter Jr., 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists from Jalen Green, 19 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists from Eric Gordon. Jabari Smith contributed 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Let me see. Anthony, where is that? The Joker gets the MVP for the 3rd year in a row, where people call him the GOAT. The GOAT. I don't know about that. That's a good question, Anthony. I don't foresee that. He's just going to be considered a great player, or maybe he might be considered the greatest. They might consider him maybe the greatest international player out there. If he gets a 3rd one, because right now he's playing the way he's playing, it might be pretty close. To win a 3rd, initially I didn't think he was going to be a player that was going to be considered or even up for the MVP, especially with Jamal Murray coming back. I just figured that it was going that those minutes and that time was going to be split between him, and then you got Porter. Not Porter. You got you got Porter. You got Gordon. I just knew that it wasn't going to be the case, but he continues to do that. Even with Murray back, he's continuing to do the same thing, and it seems it's going to be problematic, or he is a problem for the field. Going back in with the Rockets, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists for Aaron Gordon, 5 points from Kenyon Martin, and 2 points from Ty Washington Jr. The Mavericks, Luka with another showing 39 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists on the night. 21 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist from Tim Hardaway. 21.7 rebounds, 4 assists from Christian Wood. 8 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist for Reggie Bullock. 11 points, 1 rebounds, and 4 assists for Spencer Dinwiddie. 6 points, 5 rebounds from Dwight Powell, and Theo Pinson 3 points, 2 points from Kemba Walker in 5 minutes of play. So when you look at this, all this is a fair showing of what is a bunch of teams. 4 players last night with over 39 points scored between LeBron, Luka, Donovan, and Clay to help their respective teams out. Was there any other games in which I missed? The Pelicans. Whew. Zion Williamson. So Donovan should score 7-1. Do you have a shot at the MVP? They believe so, Donovan. I don't know. Last night, the Pelicans lost to the Philadelphia 76ers in Philly. Philly with the win 120 to 111. With the win, they improved to 22-14 in the year. The Pelicans dropped 23-14, which allowed Denver to get back into the top spot in the West. Zion Williamson, 26 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. 26 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists from CJ McCollum. Although Zion Williamson did leave the game early, as he has a hamstring strain, which is going to probably sideline for a little bit. Najee Marshall, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist from Jackson Hayes. 12 points, 12 rebounds, and 1 assist from Jonas Valanciunas. Trey Murphy, 8.6 rebounds. Who was Herb Jones, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists from Javonte Graham, and 2 rebounds and 3 assists from Jose Alvarado for the 76ers. 42-point outing for Joel Embiid, 11 rebounds and 5 assists to go along with it. 27 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists from James Harden. 11 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists from Tyrese Maxey. 5.6 rebounds and 1 assist to Tobias Harris. PJ Tucker, 3 points and 3 rebounds to contribute. Montrezl Harrell, 3 points, 1 rebound, and 2 assists. Shake Milton, 1 rebound, as well as Matisse Thybulle, 2 points and 1 rebound. Well, of course, with that win, it basically put the 76ers 5th seed, currently 3.5 points, 3.5 games behind the Celtics. The Nets, as we spoke about earlier, 1 game behind the Celtics. The Milwaukee Bucks drop to number 3. The 4th seed Cavaliers, number 6, the Indiana Pacers, who are steadily moving up the charts slowly but quietly. The Heat, the 7th seed, number 8, the Knicks. Then, of course, when you get into it, the 7 through 8, 9 of the Hawks and the Wizards, looking at being in the play-in on the Western front. The Nuggets currently hold the number 1 seed with a half game over the Memphis Grizzlies. The Pelicans are 1 game behind the Nuggets at 3rd spot. The Mavericks, number 4. The Sacramento Kings, another team on the come up slowly but surely, just like the Pacers, at the number 5 seed. The Clippers drop from 4 to 6 themselves. Trailblazers, number 7. The 8 seed, the Suns, 9. The Warriors, and 10. The Jazz, as they look at the tournament, the play-in tournament as of right now. Dimitri, you can hear me now? So an interesting subject that came up the other day, in which I was looking at, in which, of course, those are still out there. Please feel free to tap in, and when we get to talk about that, I wish that Bishop and Demetrius ever can hear me, so they can also come and talk on this as well. So I asked this question, right? Oh, hold up 1 second before I get there. So let me make sure that was the last game we talked about. So that was the last game. Of course, for tonight. Actually, the Trailblazers played against the Pistons, but the Trailblazers get the win 135 to 108. But tonight's games, of course, 3 games slated for tonight. The Celtics, Celtics will face off with the Oklahoma City Thunder in Oklahoma. Milwaukee Bucks host the Washington Wizards, and the Utah Jazz will be hosting the Sacramento Kings. Okay. Can you hear me now, Demetrius? Let me see 1 second. So the question I was looking to ask, because I seen it, in which it was thought provoking, is 2-point guards. Chris Paul, Allen Iverson. Is, in your opinion, Allen Iverson, is, in anyone's opinion, Chris Paul a better point guard than Allen Iverson? Allen Iverson is a Hall of Famer. He went to one NBA championship in which he won 1 of 4 games versus the coveted Lakers during that time frame. Chris Paul has been to more championships. Has been to more playoff games than Allen Iverson, or has won more playoff games than Allen Iverson. Upon Allen Iverson getting to the West, he did not win a single game or series outside the first round. He didn't get out the first round. He did all predominantly his winning in the East. And then when he came to the West, there was no more. So I asked that question. Can you hear me, Demetrius?
I'm back.
Okay,
I apologize, man. I got coaches calling about kids and everything else, and I ain't know.
I figured that when you was going on, I was like, yeah, he's probably getting calls and stuff like that. So I was just asking a question, right?
But
AI, Chris Paul, who's the better point guard in your opinion? AI did go to a final in which he got beat 4-1 by the Los Angeles Lakers. However, Chris Paul has gotten more wins and has been out the first round a plethora of times, though he has not. They did go to one championship in which correction, they did. He went against Milwaukee 2 years ago. Once Allen Iverson left the East, he came over to the West. It seemed like that's where his dominance ended. At that time, the Denver Nuggets was stacked when AI got there, but it just didn't fit. So would you say that Chris Paul is a better point guard or AI? And then not to go off that, why is Chris Paul considered the point guard?
I don't know why he considered the point guard. If you're gonna ask me to take one, I'm taking AI.
Okay.
I'm gonna take him because AI he can give me 40, he can give me 50, he can give me a 60-point game. He gonna pack them seats up. He electric. The way he play. I like Chris Paul. I don't want to say anything, negative about his game or anything, but I think they give him way more credit. Well, I ain't gonna say way more. They give him more credit than I probably feel he do. He's been around a long time, but he hasn't done anything quote unquote special. I don't feel, but he does have some longevity, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not.
What question you done asked, Trey, that made him say in the show?
Is Chris Paul, who's a better point guard, Chris Paul or Allen Iverson? Who are you taking?
He right in the show, Trey. Don't you ever ask that again. Don't you ever ask that. It's Allen Iverson all day.
Yeah, I'm taking AI.
Yeah, that's without question.
So usually, Demetrius, what we do, we tend to ask a couple of questions specifically to any guest that we have that's on here. So you being the guest that we have on here today, we have a question or two for you to answer. or actually a few. So we're gonna rattle them off. First and foremost, who is your Mount Rushmore of professional basketball?
My Mount Rushmore. Like you asking me personally now.
Yes.
First for me is Magic Johnson.
Okay.
I mean Mike, Kobe.
Okay.
But I'm a Magic guy because I was a quote unquote back in the day considered was a big point guard, and I like to get people out their seats and all that. So that's why I'm a Magic guy, and Magic won. He was a winner. I mean,
Yes.
people love to play with him. You know what I'm saying? And he was just a winner. Now, I know individually, you look at you go up points and everything. Like I'm a Kobe guy too. I love Kobe Bryant. I mean, because I just love the way. I mean, he maxed out. He did everything he could to be the best he could possibly be. A lot of people this and that, but when you want to max out when it's all over with. You want to be able to try to say you ain't leave nothing. It's just nothing else I could have done. None of that. I wish I would have did this and wish I would have did that. And I know a lot. I mean, shoot, just about everybody go through that play in the game. Ain't too many people maxing out, but Michael Jordan maxed out, Kobe Bryant maxed out. You know what I'm saying? LeBron is maxing out. It's just nowadays with so much. Well, the game is different. Also, the game not as physical. So people have to when you comparing all these guys, you got to break down and put them in all their categories. LeBron, could you have been going in there? Was you gonna go flying in there with Anthony Mason and Charles Oakley around that rim?
Oh no, without no doubt.
See what I'm saying? A lot of the points ain't gonna come like that. In today's game, it's kind of like you running up and down the court. Back then, you had a lot of 79, 75 games and 84. You know what I'm saying? Because those guys, they ain't gonna just let you get off. They'll put you on the stretcher before they do that. Today's NBA, you can run, you can shoot, you can do all that. Just like we was talking about the Donovan dropping 71. Could he drop that 71 with them guys back in the day since y'all say 6'1"?
No, clearly not.
And a guy like I think Kyrie didn't had a 60-point game already in his career, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I said. Them guys, Kyrie's a monster. You say what you want, Kyrie, go get it.
That part.
People, they worry about stuff come out their mouth and all that. Put Kyrie on that floor, he go get it.
That part. Please tell that man up there above you, man. He not listening, man. He not listening.
So you just spoke about errors, right? So I asked this question, in which I was the only person that disagreed with this. With everyone's answer.
Here we go with the nonsense. Here you come.
If you put Magic, Bird, and Jordan on the same team, do they win 5 straight titles from 89 to 93?
Yeah, they win 5 straight. Yeah.
No, y'all is bugging.
Yeah. Magic, Bird, and Jordan.
That's what I said. He tripping,
Magic,
bro.
Bird, and Jordan.
Tripping. He tripping.
So 89 and 93, is their
listen, when you just said that, I wasn't even paying attention.
The Bad Boys, they getting over the Bad Boys?
They winning. They winning, man. Them boys is winning. And man, I love Larry Bird. Like I said, I don't think it's been a tough non-athletic, everything. This joker here.
Larry, like you said, Kyrie, Larry go get it.
Yeah,
he gonna tell you he gonna go get it.
Larry tell you what he gonna do, and then he do it.
Yeah.
You a bad boy when you can do that. And like I said, look at the guys he was playing against, the Oakleys, the Ewings, and all them guys. And like I said, Larry was a bad boy. All these guys now are trying to be like those guys were. Which is some good stuff. But yeah, with those 3, you just stick 2 more, decent average guys in there. You win.
You in a win-win situation all day long.
Look at those guys' mentalities, though. Magic mentality was a winner. I mean, Jordan, all those guys won consecutive championships in their careers.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You know, they all did that. And like I said, that's some special talent, man. I mean, guys nowadays, like I said, the game's so different. I was talking to my buddy. I was with at Brewers the other day. His son, he got a son who he was a top 75 kid out of high school. He was number 2 in Louisiana, and he went to St. John's. But now he's transferred over to UL Lafayette. And his other son is a junior. He's a number 1 junior in the state of Louisiana. He's a 6'8" shooting guard.
Mm.
You know, we got a whole bunch of people remembering and you know, we're just talking about, and like I told him, I see the guy Trey Murphy for the Pelicans. That's who his son kind of reminds me of.
Okay.
You ain't got to go do 1,000 things to try to make it. You do one thing great, you can get in there. You can do one thing great, you can get in there.
Okay. So next question, right? And I think I already know where this is going to go. In which you want 3-point guards. Rank these 3-point guards from 1 to 3. The 3-point guards are Kyrie Irving, Magic Johnson, and Allen Iverson. How do you rank them 1 to 3?
Magic 1.
Thank you.
Come on, man. You can't even really compare.
Kyrie's still writing the book right now. He's still writing his book. And he got a chip
for him to write more than that, to write more than he got with Magic.
You know what? With the trajectory and Kyrie still playing, I'm gonna throw Kyrie even at 2, even though and Iverson at 3. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. One thing about Kyrie, Magic didn't have to score to win. Period. He didn't have to score. You know, he's still gonna get you 18, 20 points, but he didn't have to score. And he still, you know, impact the game by the way he played the game. Iverson is a volume shooter. He's gonna put them shots up. You know, Kyrie, like I said, Iverson was, you know, probably in the low 40s, but you know, he's really about a 5'11", 6-foot guy.
6'1".
They say 6'1". They not even
mention 6 foot, yeah.
I mean, that Allen Iverson not the same height. They ain't about to make me believe that. There's no way. They is not the same height. And like I said, Kyrie, I think I put Kyrie too, but Magic is the godfather.
At the point, so basically, Magic is point guard. We just asked why is Chris Paul considered point guard? We ain't never heard that from Magic. Magic is point guard.
Yeah, Magic's the point guard. Magic, like I said, you get with Magic, all you have to do run the court. Run the court, just get open. You know what I'm saying? Just find just a little bit to get open, and you got a chance to score a bucket. Because Magic gonna see you. Magic looking to get you the ball first before he's looking to try to get a bucket. AI looking to try to get that bucket first. He ain't really looking to, you know, to really pass it.
Bishop, would you agree with that assertion? Magic is the point guard, not AI. I mean, not Paul George. I mean, Chris Paul.
The point guard?
Yes, Magic is the point guard.
What more you supposed to have?
He's only that because of his measurables, man. It's only fair to give him that because of his measurables.
Here it is, though, dude.
You don't see too many point guards at his measurables. You do now.
There's one now that's in the league. And we just talked about earlier that plays for your team.
I said now, but he's not. He's definitely not a Magic Johnson. No,
he could be.
No, he's not. What man? That dude is
in this. He
ain't even a Johnson, let alone a Magic. He ain't even a Johnson. He let alone a Magic. He ain't nothing. We trying to get him to do something. First off, we can let alone what? Boy, stop. Not even close.
6'10" point guard.
Yeah, it
sounds good.
Don said Jason Kidd is a point guard before Paul.
Yeah, I would put Jason Kidd before Chris Paul too. I would. Shoot, I would almost put Steve Nash before Chris Paul.
I was about to say him too.
Really?
Yeah, Steve Nash was a beast. Steve Nash was that dude.
You know what? In all this conversation, we're completely disrespecting John Stockton.
John Stockton was running with the mailman too, baby.
Yeah.
And I tell people the best basketball that I saw as a kid is when I used to go in that Lake Charles Civic Center and watch Joe Dumars play against Karl Malone before he was the mailman. That was before the 3-point and everything. I was young coming up, and I used to go watch them battles, and it wasn't nothing for Joe to drop 40 in a game with no 3-pointer back then. You know, and then
next has completely changed the game, huh?
Yeah, guys, that was, you know, like I said, basketball totally different nowadays, guys.
That part,
totally
I totally agree. Totally agree.
Do you think it's good for?
They got some talented kids, though. They got some talented young guys out there, but you know, it's different.
Yeah. Do you think the game has changed for the better, Demetrius?
You
think the game has changed for the better with the shooting now, or with the even the big man needing to be the shooter and all that type of stuff?
I like the versatility of guys, but I like guys to be able to do what they can do. I mean, you know, you have guys that sitting up shooting threes, they really can't shoot them, but they just because they practice them a lot of times, they shoot it. You know, that's why stats and everything are kind of different. You know, you need to have some asterisks around some of these things with the era, and you know, when it wasn't 3-point, you ain't gonna have all the points that could have been. You know, so a lot of this stuff is skewed. But you know, that's why I say what LeBron is doing is amazing. I'm a fan of LeBron, but I'm not a LeBron guy. And there's nothing negative against him because I was just more of a Kobe type of guy. And but LeBron, like I said, I'm also not a fan of, you know, guys that really jump around teams, you know, go to different teams.
That part
come from the old days when guys stayed with one team.
Stay with their team. They was loyal.
And you ride it out. Yeah, you ride it out, and you know, either they come want to play with you, you make them better or whatever, and that's why I love the Birds and all them type of guys.
Yeah, the Jordans and all of them. They stay loyal to their team. They ain't run around trying to find a team to win a championship.
You know, LeBron, you know, he bounced and, you know, he got him some rings, but he bouncing around.
He had to go. Jordan had to suffer and get his ring. He had to suffer first. He had to humble himself, and then he finally came up on some rings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, LeBron on like his third team or what have you. You know, so that's not to say
his fourth team, ain't it?
Fourth?
Is it his fourth? Yeah.
Cleveland, Miami.
He went to Cleveland. He went to Miami, back to Cleveland.
Okay.
And then to Lakers. Yeah.
So, yeah. 13. Four moves for 3 teams.
Yeah, he moved. Well, yeah, he moved 4 times, 3 teams, 4 moves. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and you know, he gonna have to live with, you know, when it's all over for him and they talking about his legacy, they're gonna throw that in there. Well, you did this and you did that, but you got the rings.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but they got some guys, man. I'm interested.
The All-Star voting is happening right now, isn't it? For the NBA, I believe All-Star voting is happening right now. And we just need to make some man, Donovan Mitchell was tearing up the internet with them 71 points. Everybody just thought they talking about they talking about yeah. Everybody talking about Donovan Mitchell 71 points. Uh-oh. Oh.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize I was muted. Do you think we ever get a 100-point score again?
Nah.
No.
If we do, it'll be a while before it happened. The closest been Kobe, now Donovan, but it'll be a while. It'll be a while. 100 points, that's a huge feat, bro. That's a huge feat. And a part of me feel like for that to happen again, they would have to, a team would probably have to allow that to happen. Really allow someone to get 100 now. Because that's a huge feat. I don't see nobody getting 100 points again. No time soon.
I would think if it was 100, I would think if it was going to be a 100-point scorer, it probably would be Steph.
Oh, Steph Curry, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see. Well, yeah.
It has to be a shooter. I think it would have to be a shooter.
Yeah, it won't be no, it's got to be somebody who can knock down shots like on a constant and just be had a hot hand. A complete hot hand.
You there, Demetrius?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I finally get it when I saw it then. Starting to understand a little better.
So I was just asking Bishop the question: do you think there'll ever be another 100-point scorer in professionally?
No, not 100 points. No. I think a coach or somebody, they'll sit up there and send somebody to hack somebody and put them out the game before they let that happen.
Allow that to happen.
And they face gonna have to be the recipient of that 100 points for the rest of their life. Nah.
That part.
Jay Rose is a place for Kobe's 81. It's like, yo, it was a whole
Yeah.
And then to think of it, Kobe probably could have did that. Didn't Kobe not play in the fourth quarter or something like that?
And Kobe, I'm gonna have to check when I get off. I wonder how many over 50-point games Kobe had.
I can tell you that. Hold on.
Okay, yeah, because like I said, I just like guys that max out. I don't get into all that personal and stuff. I know they trying to be the best ever.
Right.
I can't get mad at nobody for trying to be the best ever and everything else.
Yeah.
So Will Chamberlain hosts
I'm a bigger fan of college basketball than I am pro basketball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like to see the young kids. I want to see what the kids gonna do next year. That's the two kids, Dillingham and DeJuan Wagner's son, going to Kentucky.
Oh, DeJuan Wagner, yeah.
Yeah, but that Dillingham kid, Lord, I don't know if you ever seen him, Rob Dillingham.
I ain't seen him play yet.
I haven't
seen him play. I know who you're talking about, but I haven't seen him play yet.
Yeah, he got some stuff with him. He got a package.
What do you think about
a lot of Kyrie in him?
What do you think about Bronny coming in? Or is it too much hype?
You know what? Bronny, I mean, look who your dad is. It's gonna come, it comes with the territory.
Why you just gonna stop at Bronny and not talk about Carmelo's son? Come on now.
But I want to say though about Bronny is, listen,
Carmelo's son is a better shooter.
That Bronny can play. They can sit up there and say what they want. Hey, I salute LeBron and them with the process they've done with him. He's starting to take off right now.
He is. He's getting better.
He's balling.
He's got better. It took him all 4 years, but yeah.
He balling.
He's starting to take off. I give him a lot of respect for just the fact everywhere he walks, he got to get hit with the LeBron stuff. So when he walk in the gym, opposing everybody on him, everywhere he goes, you know what I'm saying? And he out there, and you see him. I've never seen him in a situation where he got into it with somebody about anything. You see him, he always even kill. He don't never really show emotion. He just go out there and do what he do. Mm-hmm. And like I said, right now he's taking off. He look like he's jumping off of trampolines now.
Yeah, that boy, he rising. He is. He got spring in his step, boy. He does.
Yeah, and like I said, it's all starting to come together right now. He's starting to take off. He's not going to be the 6'6", 6'7" guy probably. The younger brother's going to be that. Bryce.
Yeah.
Bryce gonna be the one 6'7" plus.
Yeah.
You know, but Bronny, the way I'm looking at him, he's gonna be a point guard, a combo guard.
Combo guard, probably.
Yeah.
A point guard, combo guard, just depending on the situation. But Dad doing a great job with him. I ain't got nothing to say. And the kid really, and as far as Carmelo's son, we gonna see what
Yeah, he a sophomore. He still got. Yeah, he probably gonna peak later.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys. Well, it's like I tell a lot of these kids, they out there with doing all these different things, dribbling and all that. I'm like, look, if you ain't got a 1-2 dribble game, don't even think about it. I mean, if you can't
simplistic.
If you can't get the ball on the left hand side and dribble one time and pull up 2 times, and on the right hand side be able to do it the same, you don't master that. How you gonna do it in college when you ain't gonna get that many dribbles? They bigger, faster, stronger, more athletic. You got to get that. We didn't have how many people you saw doing step backs when we was coming up? Nobody.
None.
Nobody. Yeah.
I was like, none.
Nowadays, you got to do a step back, just try to get your shot off.
To get separation. Yep.
Yeah. So that's what I tell these kids. I'm like, all these dribbles, and you're not gonna get that in college. You don't be thinking you're gonna get to the rim. You get in that paint, you better try to dunk on somebody.
That part.
Other than that, you gotta learn how to pull up and shoot a floater or shoot a jumper or something. Yeah. You got guys 7'2", 7'3". You got guys 6'6" jumping out the gym nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
We just talked about it. Donovan Mitchell, 6'1" and will dunk on anybody. 6'1" and will dunk on anybody.
Dudes are vicious nowadays.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they got the talent is more talent nowadays.
Yeah.
I don't think they're better players, but there's more talent nowadays than back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you look at Bo. Look at all them 7-footers, not 7'2". That's
Bo.
Bo,
for real.
Bo, and all them guys. Bo, nice.
Bo's, yeah, he is. So now, of course, with the music in the background, you know what that means. We come to close to at the end of the show. We greatly appreciate y'all rocking with us today. Anthony Price, Zach, Eric, you end up showing up. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
He did. He did show up.
He showed up. He showed up just as we was leaving out the NFL segment. So he showed up and talked for a second. Steve, every once in a while, of course, he come in. Mr. Commissioner Myers from the NBA. Military basketball is about to be in high. It be swinging full effect. Be on the watch out for that. Major League Military Basketball Association, National Military Basketball Tournament coming up. All that type of stuff. So these teams and these organizations, these installations about to be in full effect, doing what they got to do to set up and get to nationals. So of course we'll be looking at for that. A whole lot going on. Demetrius, any last words you want to say or plug anything before you get up out here, bro? I know you, like you said, you help out kids in the in, around, and throughout. So is this a national thing or is it just based regionally in the New Orleans area?
No, it's not New Orleans area. Just hit me up. I deal with people a little bit everywhere, but my thing is, hey, anytime y'all need me, let me know. I appreciate it. I know this was kind of a last minute thing.
Yes, sir.
And I had fun though. I had fun with you guys.
We appreciate you having you on the show.
You guys more and everything else. But no, it's not. People know how to get in touch with me. They got some basketball stuff, so they know.
All right. No problem. Of course, y'all know where y'all can catch us every Monday through Friday for the most part, Central Standard Time, 09 to 1100 hours. If not that, you can always check up. We always have streams that's going on Facebook, on the First Formation Sports Morning Sports Talk Facebook page, the E2G Facebook pages, the YouTube First Formation YouTube page, as well as the First Formation Twitter page. And also, if you could catch it from personally from myself as well as LinkedIn. So a plethora of ways for you to get it, be able to see it. Feel free to tap in if it's anything what you got going on out there. Know something's going on, just hit us up. We'll let you know. We can bring it on the show. The whole thing is about platform, giving a platform, being able to talk and engage. We speak sports, but it's not always just about sports. It can go in so many different areas and ranges. Greatly appreciate y'all rocking with us this morning. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. It's Wednesday, as Bishop would say, hump day. So we'll see what comes out about. We should know more about those games and go from there. The national championship is coming up. I'm glad we didn't get the shot. We'll talk a little more college football tomorrow, so Bishop can get off his little antics and stuff like that about the USC and Heisman Trophy winning Caleb Williams. But
this one deserving.
Bishop, any last words before we get up out of here, bro?
Man, y'all have a great Tuesday. Enjoy. Be safe. Love on someone. Hug someone. And y'all have a great Tuesday, man. That's all I got, man. Thank you, Demetrius, for being on.
Thank you guys, man. I appreciate y'all. It was great. Have fun.